Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I just got done playing an Eggman's box tournament that happened tonight on Tuesday night when I'm filming this. Probably will be up on Wednesday morning. I played Katakuri. I just got this brand new alt art leader today. Been waiting for it for almost a week now, but it showed up on tournament day. So I was like, hell yeah, let's get into it. First, I just want to say I placed 28th out of the 64 players, going 3-3. Unfortunately, my first two rounds were just really bad. My hand bricked on both games, having almost all of my one of my games actually had all of my 10 drop big moms, and no triggers off all of my life for the first two games. It was awful. So unfortunately, that did not do so well. My first game was against the Katakuri mirror match. My second game was against Arlong. Arlong player was really good, even beyond my hand bricking. The deck was incredibly aggro. It's really neat. I like Arlong a lot. Round three, I'm sorry, was another Katakuri mirror match. I did win that one. Round 4 was against Magellan. Magellan did beat me because he messed with my curve. Great player, great guy. All these people I played today were really nice, really good people. Lost to Magellan. Round 5 was against Rob Lucci. That game I won. I was able to turtle up and essentially drain him of resources, and I just kind of whittled him down little bit by little bit. And then finally, my last match was against Zoro, and once again, I was able to get the win out by playing by strategically placing a big mom in my life from my leader ability, and through my leader ability. To come at the right time, and I got it and was able to secure the win. But anyway, let's go over my deck real quick, even though we kind of guessed what's going to be in it, because it's Katakuri, but this is my list. Of course, you run 4 of the Searcher. I do have 2 of the alt arts. Love it. Card's great. I really wish it would look at the top 5 like Reds, but Bandai loves red, so loves red more than the other colors, so makes sense. Let's put that down here. And of course, your 2Ks you run in the deck. I run 4 Strusen, 3 Charlottes, and 4 Sanjis. Reason why there are only 3 in this is because, unfortunately, off the Searcher, she's not searchable. You can't grab a Charlotte Pudding, even though it's technically a different card. So sometimes that has happened where it just the search doesn't go through because she's the only card that comes up that I want to get. This actually worked really well, having the 11 essentially super combos of the deck. Sanji came in clutch so much. 4 Brules. I thought about going down to 3, but I think this card is way too valuable. So I definitely am going to leave it at 4. Beyond that, the cards that I really want to see off trigger are my 4 Perospero, 4 Charlotte Smoothie, 4 Cracker. Cracker is amazing in the mirror match, especially if you go second. They hit you, boom, Cracker's active. Solid card. The reason I maxed out at all the 4 of each one is that I really, really needed to see these cards off my triggers. That's how you play Katakuri. I'm so tired when I'm recording this, by the way. You play Katakuri, you turtle up, you essentially, when you have to take a life, you want it to be cards that you can play right away, so that way they can attack on your next turn. That way you don't have to wait a whole turn. And hopefully, and you hope that nothing bad happens to him. Beyond that, I did run the 3 Shirahoshi. Card came in clutch. I was able to put it back on my life, I think, at least twice throughout the tournament. From playing the 8-drop Katakuri, putting it back on top of my life to get that draw. It was just amazing. It's kind of... And one of my opponents said that is disgusting, and I agree. 2 Daifukus. This card came in handy today. Threw it in last second. it's really good. It's basically Sanji, except it has a harder chance of being destroyed, and swinging in 6Ks and swapping out cards from your life, amazing. And of course, the big hitters of the deck: 2 Charlotte 7-drops, 2 8-drop Katakuri, and then of course 4 of the Charlotte Big Mom. Honestly, these were great. I think they're perfect ratios there. The fact that in my first game I had all 4 of these in my hand when I think it was like turn 3 or 4, it was disgusting. I had all 4 of these, 1 Katakuri and 1 7. My hand was just bricked, and no triggers in life, meaning I was not going to win. So I keep thinking about moving this down to 3. The only problem is every time I do, and every time I run the simulations, like if I do some testing through the sim, it always never shows up when I have only 3. So I threw it back in, as the 4th one at the last second. I don't know. I'm still gonna have to do some testing, but I really do think having 3 is the right move. You see it so often through your searchers. It's gonna really suck if you don't see it, because this card is essential to the deck, and I wouldn't be surprised if it did get hit or restricted later down the line. And the events I ran: 2 Ikaku Sovereignty, great card. Given that extra 5k is really good. And 4 Thunderbolts. I think Thunderbolt came off in my life twice during the tournament. Even though I maxed it out, I'm hoping for it to go off in life, but you can use it off of from hand, but it has to be the right moment, because if you don't, it is just going to be, it's going to hurt you. You have to use it when you're trying to go in for that lethal attack. Get rid of their blocker, get rid of the maybe one last life you have. If you know you're not going to survive next turn, so you need to try to win now, this is the card to do it. I think it's really solid, and running it at 4 of, it is the right move. I can understand if you don't run it at 4 of, that's fine. But yeah, that's the deck I run. I ran. Oh my god, I'm so tired. It's almost midnight right now. Let me talk to you a little bit about how I feel about the current meta. So basically, this tournament actually used the restriction rule that is supposed to be implemented on the 28th of July. So this was our first, at least one of the first instances of what we can see how this meta will transition to now that Whitebeard, Radbeam, and Marco have been limited to just 1 copy per deck. Now, the top 4 decks were 2 Katakuri, 1 Zoro, and 1 Law. And the last 2 decks to play in the finals were a Law and a Zoro. And the winner was, of course, Zoro. I thought Law won, but I was mistaken. So, basically, the meta has changed drastically. Whitebeard is no longer a contender in this meta. So he is completely gone. Now you have the 3 best decks in the format being Katakuri, Law, and Zoro. Zoro did not get weak, did not see any type of hit. Unfortunately, a lot of people were asking for Zoro and Law to be hit. Only Whitebeard. So now, with Whitebeard being gone, Zoro's matchup, the deck list and the style of play for Zoro has changed back to the set 2 meta, where it became a red weenie deck. Law is completely fine. Law didn't get any support in set 3 and is continuing to use cards from set 2. So, the deck's still good. The deck's amazing. Zoro is absolutely going to wreck this meta now. But, of course, people are saying, of course it's going to be one of the best decks, but you also have Yellow Katakuri. Let me tell you, at least from what me and my roommate have been talking about, because he's he's been studying the meta and just going over everything with me and our group. So basically with this meta, we now have to ask a new question. Can whatever deck you're playing beat Yellow Katakuri or Zoro? And Zoro. Before it was, can your deck beat Whitebeard, Zoro? Law really wasn't part of that discussion. even though Law is considered an S tier deck. Because right now, with Katakuri taking that spot, we have some weird matchups. So yellow has great matchups into black, into blue, and some matches into green. Red has great matchups into yellow, black, purple, and a bit of green. Blue has great matchups into red, but has an awful matchup into yellow, and has some good matchups into black. Purple is just kind of... Purple's existing. Purple has a really good matchup into yellow, actually, if you can mess up their curve quick enough. It's awesome. It gets its shit pushed in by red, though. Same thing with against blue for the most part. We're in a weird spot. I know this meta has just changed. It has just started, or will soon start. But looking at this now, like, obviously Whitebeard was not even in this tournament, really. The top ones were Zoro, Katakuri, and Law, and they will continue to be the top 3 decks. Now, depending on how your meta is, depending on your meta and your locals, that can really change or impact the way you play. For example, my locals is mostly yellow Katakuri and red Zoro players, with I believe we have one Rob Lucci, one R Long, and I think one occasional Kinemon. So right now, my locals is kind of weird, because if I want to play a deck that's great into yellow, it's going to get completely destroyed by red. But if I want to play a deck that's good into red, it's going to be completely destroyed by yellow. So now it's this weird, like, rock, paper, scissors mentality again. I don't know. It's not exciting to play right now. Let me rephrase that. I'm excited that the meta is going to change a bit, but also my locals is not going to be the most fun, because everyone is playing what's competitive, and that is red Zoro or yellow Katakuri. So I can win half of those matches, but I'm going to lose painfully to those others, to the other matches. It's a weird spot. I just want to play decks that I have fun with. And while I do have fun playing Katakuri, not going to glare, I really do like the leader. I like the deck. It just feels way too luck-based. While my other favorite leader in the game, Doflamingo, has... I don't know. It might see some play actually now, coming back from the kind of abyss. Now that Whitebeard isn't really a thing, but Doflamingo has a really bad matchup into Katakuri. It's just a lot of things. I'm probably rambling at this point. I'm super tired, but I really just wanted to get my, some thoughts out that I've been really wanting to, talk about for a couple days now. But it is getting super late. I'm going to edit this video super quick. And I'm just going to go to bed, sleep in tomorrow. But once again, it was a really fun time playing in the Eggman tournament. I had a great time. And to all those players that I played, you were awesome. I enjoyed laughing with you. We went 0 fun today, right? But hey, thank you guys so much for checking out this video. What do you think about the upcoming meta now that Whitebeard is gone? What deck do you think will reign supreme? And tell me why it will be Zoro or Law. But yeah, thank you guys so much. Remember to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care.
The story goes, we find out by the treasure in the grand line, there's no doubt. The pirate whose eye is on it, he'll sing, I'll be king of the pirates, I'm gonna be king. Yayo, 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 oh, oh. His name is Luffy, that's Monkey D. Luffy.